we're here. We're here still celebrating the U.S. men's and women's gold wins. The boys really popped off this week, really. I think they're still going. You're seeing still celebrations happening throughout essentially the NHL. Wingo, I know you were there at the game last night. Talk a little bit. I'm going to kick it to you first. Talk a little bit about that intro. Chucky, Austin Matthews, America, baby.
So I'll start it off by saying this. Wednesday I'm sitting on my couch having my lunch, and, I'm looking online and I see the Elbo Room live camera. Tkachuk is just sitting outside having a beer with his gold medal. And I'm like, I grabbed my USA jersey. I almost thought about going down there, but I didn't. But yeah, had the opportunity to go to the game last night. Obviously, big time win. They did the whole little ceremony before. Chuck was able to run around with the USA flag. The crowd got after it. Big time win. Still in the hunt for the playoffs. But man, it was crazy to see the amount of Panthers that were just involved in the Olympics as a whole. And I just think it was electric. And I think these guys are still going to be celebrating it for a long, long time.
Dude, I think I saw a clip. I think it was Jack Hughes that he looked clearly hungover still. Rightfully so. He deserved it. He deserved to play hungover for what he did. But yeah, man, this week has just been kind of a whirlwind. It's been, seeing the amount of people talking about hockey has been awesome. And obviously, doing it against Canada. We talked about it last week. We wanted Canada. And the way that everything turned out, overtime winner, Hellebuyck standing on his damn head all game. It was, for me, the perfect it couldn't have gone any better, to be honest. So, Bobby, what were your thoughts on that game?
Yeah, I think the game lived up to the hype, right? I think it was incredible. I did get nervous, I'm not going to lie. We came out hot.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, we dodged a lot of bullets in the second and third. Obviously, the goalie coming through time and time again. But, it felt like Canada there at the end. And I really thought, I was like, man, this is feeling like heartbreak again. And then in the overtime, we just stepped up and we had more energy and we handled business. And I think kind of like Wingo was saying, these boys I think hockey players are the most relatable athletes.
100%.
They don't even know they're famous. They're just the coolest people. They're just like he said, having a beer with your gold medal on 4 days later, you're just I don't even know what I'm doing here, but dude, I think hockey players got to be the most relatable athletes in the world.
Those guys really just enjoy it. My last place I lived at was right on Los Olas, and you would see guys like Tkachuk or Barkov or Lundell just walking around in nothing but flip-flops and an oversized T-shirt and some khakis, having a beer, hanging out on a maybe a Tuesday afternoon. And you're just looking at these guys like, you got a game tonight. What are you doing? And they go out there and just play exceptional. So they're definitely guys that are just, top of the athlete caliber and just regular dudes.
Dude, that's actually a great conversation point, right? Are hockey players the most dude of all the sports players? Because like you said, they're just hanging out. They're drinking. Chucky's at Elbo Room at a bar the day before he's playing the next day. They're just vibing out, still celebrating. And I think there has to be something said about 11 now being the number one place to celebrate any sort of championship, right? The Cats did it back-to-back years. Yeah, there it is. And then now Chucky had to bring all the USA boys there. Dude.
You got to imagine that, too. Chuck was probably I know a spot for
exactly, yeah.
It's kind of crazy how Chucky has become, not, the Miami, South Florida representative for all of hockey, but he's, the guy you want. If you win a championship, he's going to take you to, the best spots. He's going to give you the true champion experience. The guy has done it twice with the Panthers. Now you get to do it for Team USA. If you're in Miami, you're a hockey guy, you want to find Chucky and be like, yo, what do I got to do? And he's going to, I feel like he's going to set it up for you.
No, 100%. And I think Chucky is one of those guys that, obviously every sport is looking for their stars, right? You need a lot of these leagues, obviously basketball you can point to specifically, they're very stars-based. Hockey normally isn't that, but I think guys like Chucky are just, they make so much noise in terms of these celebrations and the way that they go. Obviously, he's got his podcast with his brother now. They're trying to grow the game while simultaneously having an absolute good time, dude. These guys, Man, like some of the videos from 11, I love that they were all there, and I think they were playing the same 4 songs just on repeat
over and over and over.
Yeah, exactly, bro. They had the whole place doing the national anthem, man. We had strippers doing the national anthem. I mean, come on.
Hey,
It was such an American moment.
Got to give Pat McAfee a shout out too, right?
Yes, yes.
Cover the tap for the boys.
Bar tab. How about that? And then I saw something on TikTok. It was talking about, they were another girl was asking, the workers there were like, did you guys had to have gotten tipped well, right? A bunch of dudes just sitting there having a good time, having beers, and that is probably, if you have a girlfriend or a wife, the only time they're gonna let you go to 11 by themselves.
100%.
I think to go back on what David said too is like, this only happens for like hockey. Like, could you imagine LeBron trying to go have a beer at Elbo Room after a national championship or like a finals championship? Like, it doesn't work like that. So like hockey, like just normal dudes doing guy stuff and like so approachable and stuff like that. So really cool.
Yeah. Well, the last thing I wanted to touch on in terms of like this topic specifically, right? As I mentioned, everybody's talking about this game. Everyone's talking about the USA hockey team, both men and women's, right? There's been a huge conversation just in general, and it's in the zeitgeist, right? Like, how big of a moment was this just for the sport of hockey in terms of recognition and really appreciation for, like, again, we talked about it last week, like the hockey players as a whole are an underrated group of athletes, right? Like, not like, everyone talk about like football, basketball, whatever. Dude, I think this is a huge step forward for recognition and appreciation for hockey players and how amazing the sport is, right? We're hockey guys. I know, like, Wingo was at the game last night. Like, going to hockey games is one of the coolest experience ever, and I'm hoping that this is kind of a step forward in growing that game, because if you haven't been to a hockey game, go to a hockey game tomorrow if you can. And in my opinion, probably my favorite. I mean, I'm a football guy through and through, but like, going to a hockey game is right up there in terms of just experience.
Yeah, and the U.S. now has a pathway for hockey players actually to train them and do certain things, kind of like what they do over in Canada. Obviously, in Canada, that is their football, right?
Yeah.
They grow up doing that. But the USA has started to change the narrative on hockey, and I think that's just been the difference, right? We had those young guys out there, a young team, and people don't realize the caliber of what that game meant. Right, 1980 was the last time that was won, and now today, and it's crazy to just think about it, the history that was made, and now this is going to be a continued just rivalry with Canada, which is what we say, right? Because Canada may not look at us like that, but we definitely look at them like that against Canada, and it was hilarious in the Panthers game last night. Being able to play a Canadian team. And everyone's looking at each other when Canada plays first before the national anthem. Everyone's looking around like, what are we doing here? But, it's definitely a great rivalry, and I think it will continue on for a long time.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. And also, like, I mean, we walked into their trap and took their sport, all right? It's now America's sport, all right? Canada, this ain't your sport anymore. Both the men and women took it from you. I love it. Bobby, any final thoughts on what is there any hockey around you, Bobby?
No, not directly, I guess. Texas is probably the closest.
We got it.
Yeah, we gotta get Bobby down here to a Cats game, and then we'll give you the whole experience. We'll take you to Elbo Room, and then we'll go to 11. So only if we win. Pooch, anything from you? Last thing, hockey.
Man, I don't know. I think there's a level of like us being the last two champions, and like the NHL championships running through South Florida, obviously a big city.
Oh yeah,
a lot of news coverage, a lot of faces, a lot of eyes down here, and I think that might have had. I wouldn't say it's the biggest reason the sport has grown, but I think when you see a major city, and obviously Miami and South Florida in general is one of those places that if you build it, they will come. If you win, they will come. And I just think the amount of eyeballs that have come through Florida, through the Panthers the last 2 years has obviously just, garnered a lot of media attention. I think, I wouldn't say we're directly involved with the growth of the game, but I think we're a big part of it just because we have put so many eyeballs in the sport. And we actually gave a platform for people to watch and experience the sport. And like, I think once you watch it, you actually like put yourself in the game. You see the rush of it.
Yeah.
You see how exciting it is. So the fact that we got so many eyeballs on the sport, I think is a big reason why we've seen the growth in in the last couple of years.
Well, one of the things actually I want to touch on that you said because obviously right? Hockey's running through South Florida. Matthew Tkachuk is won 2 Stanley Cups in a row, now a gold medal. But he is also specifically, or not specifically, but Connor McDavid, Chucky must live in that dude's nightmares. I mean, Connor McDavid is widely known as the best hockey player in the world. He is disgusting. If you watch him play at any point, you know how good he is. But he just can't get over the hump, and it just adds such a level of fun that it's obviously a team sport, but this one guy is on the same damn team that keeps beating him. It's like a little pest in his side, and that is Matthew Tkachuk. So I love it. And Connor McDavid, I think it's just, you're just going to have to
feel bad for him. I just feel terribly bad for him. Not only just, obviously back-to-back Stanley Cups, and now, the gold medal. It's just like, I don't even want to be in Canada anymore if I was him. Like,
exactly.
Let's go play for a United States team. Let's go just trick. Because at this point, obviously, when you look at the top hockey players, right? Connor McDavid. When we went to that 3-on-3, you're like, oh crap, Connor McDavid. And where's his medal? He doesn't have a Stanley Cup. He's not. So I don't know. When you end up looking at rankings of all-time NHL hockey players, can there be a Connor McDavid without a cup, without gold medals? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm with you. Listen, as of right now, I hate to do this to you, McDavid, but
Josh Allen.
Well, I was going to say that he's up there. By the way, if I was going to rank. If I'm gonna do a Mount Rushmore, and this is gonna sound really mean, but I got to do what I got to do. Mount Rushmore, the biggest losers right now. I mean, it's McDavid, it's Josh Allen. Who else on this thing? I got to think of who's an NBA player that hasn't won a ring.
Like Devin Booker.
Chris Paul. Great pool. Chris Paul.
Dwight Howard.
No, Dwight won. Dwight won with the
Lakers. That's right. He finally got him one.
2020.
Yeah, so it's McDavid and baseball. I guess Aaron Judge being one of the best players and has a one. I guess it's obviously a list you don't want to be on, but unfortunately,
Stephon
McDavid
Diggs.
he steps off that until he wins something. He's unfortunately going to be on the Mount Rushmore of losers.
And I don't think it's been because of a lack of talent either. Like,
he's incredible.
3-on-3 was
Incredible.
McDavid, McKinnon, Coleman. Like, you're talking about 3 of the top players in NHL, and you couldn't pull it off. Even in Edmonton, you're skating next to Leon Draisaitl, who's another one of the best players in hockey, and so it's not like he's out there doing it by himself and he's carrying around the load. Like, he has a guy that's matching him. Point by point, goal by goal right next to him, and he still can't win. So I think that's a conversation too. Like, you can't win without time, but you can't win with it either. So, what are you? You're just
nothing.
You do start feeling bad for him though, because the reporter was asking him, the trophy has followed all these other superstars, specifically Canada superstars like Crosby and Gretzky and all this stuff, and it's like, at what point do you start looking like, what the hell's going on? And he was like, I appreciate the question, thanks, and kind of just ignored the guy. And it's like, it's tough, but it's like, dude, you're the top of the top, dude. It's got to be asked.
Yeah, no, and I mean, what a question. I can't even imagine being him. Obviously, again, they just lost, and that's one of the questions you're getting. Yeah, man, you just keep losing, dude. What are you gonna do? And it's like,
cause it's not just his performance, cause he's good throughout the tournament. But when it comes time to win MVP. When it comes time to show up, he never is there, and it happened with the Panthers too. The last game, the elimination game, he was just disappeared. So it's like, you're great for the regular season. Yeah, you're awesome for regular season numbers. I mean, you're essentially the Phillip Rivers.
Oh man, we're just slandering him now.
No shit with Phillip Rivers. I love Phillip Rivers, but that's essentially what you are. You just put up numbers for the regular season, but you can never, win.
Dude, let's talk about this too. How tough is it to lose the gold medal, and then you got to stand there, watch them get the gold, but then you get handed a stuffed animal?
Yes.
What the hell is that?
I don't know what that. I think it had something to do with a charity or something. It was
I think that's the mascot of the Olympics.
or the mascot of the Olympics. You saw Marcy was like, "Oh, which one are you gonna get?" Oh, I hope it's the giraffe. What? I don't know. It's just one of them. They actually handed the stuffed animal out before the medal, and it was just oh, what do we do?
Yeah.
This is a tough watch. It was a tough watch.
That's tough.
Hate that.
Oh man. All right. Well, listen. USA Hockey, that was an incredible moment they delivered us. So yeah, we're going to keep celebrating that.